Before she could lament further, there was a knock at the door. "That must be him. Now, children, I want you to be on your best behavior. You promise?" Flint and Lacey exchanged a look she hadn't seen before. If she didn't have to answer the door, she'd start questioning them. She hoped they weren't up to something. "Do you?" she prompted. Flint nodded. "We promise." Lacey held up her doll. "Even Mrs. Winkle promises." "That's good to know." She cut through the combination parlor dining room and answered the door. "Mr. Darling, how good of you to come." Hello again, Philip Batley here, actor and audiobook narrator. We are on to another book. We are doing Charming the Widow, part of the Love in Apple Blossom series by Kit Morgan. We are on book 3 now. We've done book 1, book 2. This is book 3, and we have another Darling brother, the Darlingtons, the landed gentry, 6 brothers from the UK, who are in Montana, and they've landed in a small town in America, Apple Blossom, and they're helping out. And it has become the turn of Sarah Crawford, who is a widow with 2 children, whose house needs doing up. I think it's Irving, we're about to meet, Irving Darlington, calling himself Irving Darling, who's coming to help them. This is lovely, sweet, sort of innocent romance books. They're great fun. Anyway, let's keep going. Here we are. How good of you to come. There we are. He took off his hat. Even she had to admit that all the Darlings were handsome and well-mannered. Still, they were strangers as far as she was concerned, and couldn't be trusted. The sooner he got his work done, the better. "Good afternoon, Mrs. Crawford. I'm Irving Darling, in case you've forgotten which of us you were getting." "You make it sound as if I won you in a lottery." She motioned him to come inside and closed the door. This was the part she was dreading. "As you can see, the place isn't much." Indeed, it wasn't. Though clean, the furniture was shabby, the sofa and chairs wobbly, and the curtains had become a nesting place for moths. Mr. Darling took in the room. "How long have you lived here?" "Too long," came to mind, but she wasn't going to voice that. "Ever since Caleb and I married. He lived here before I arrived. His family built the place years ago." Let's try that again. "His family built the place years ago." His eyebrows shot up. "Arrived?" She nodded and played with the loose thread on her apron. "I was a mail-order bride." He nodded and continued his perusal of her shabby little home. "You have just the one room here?" "And a kitchen," she said, as if he was daft. She took in a calming breath. "That is, yes, as far as formal areas go. Then we have the kitchen and the 2 bedrooms." 4 rooms. He looked at the entrance to the kitchen. There was no door, and one got a good view of the cook stove. "Where are the bedrooms?" She went to a door at the other end of the parlor and opened it. "Lacey and Flint sleep here." He joined her and peeked inside. "And your room?" "Off the kitchen." She fiddled with the same thread again and finally pulled it. He didn't say anything for a moment before he went to the front door. She got... No, that's not right. Let's do a little bit more. He didn't say anything for a moment before he went to the front door. She gasped. "You're leaving? Already?" "No, I want to get another look at the porch. You've got a couple of steps that need repairing. Now, I want to see what else I have to do." "Oh, yes," she said, blushing. "Of course." So there we are. That is Sarah Crawford meeting Irving Darlington. We'll see what happens.